Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Galaxy Worldwide, and today we're going to be talking about a lot of things. First of all, my name's Galaxy. Y'all should already know. It's Galaxy Worldwide on AyyeFOO podcast. We were going to have other people here, but everybody has their own things they're doing, so it's all good. But this is going to be like kind of like the first official episode. The first introduction was kind of just a little bit short, so we're going to be doing actually some talking today. So if you're here, like I said, like, subscribe, do all that if you're new to the channel. We're going to be talking about what to do as an upcoming artist, what to look for, what to, when it comes to being an upcoming artist, what venues to look at, which ones to, what to look out for when it comes to picking a venue, and how to grow as an artist when it comes to like your fan base and all that. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Hopefully you like and enjoy. And without further ado, it's AyyeFOO Podcast. Let's get into it. All right, guys. So the first thing you got to think about whenever you're becoming an artist, because when you're jumping in as an artist, there might be some things you don't know compared to what others know. Like for me, for example, I'm kind of already musically inclined. When I was younger, I used to be when I first was in elementary, I used to join choir and I used to do a lot of like they used to mess with instruments and all that, and then we also got to like sing and all that. Obviously, that was one of the things, but it taught me a lot about vocals and ranges and all that compared to what instruments. I mean, it still kind of does the same thing, but with instruments it's a lot different. So after choir I kind of joined band and I started playing with drums. So drum set I used to play when I was a lot younger. So I mean I play it all the way till now. So ever since I was like 5 I could play drum set and always played drum set for a long time. So music was already kind of there for me. I didn't start rapping till maybe middle school. Middle school was when I started actually starting to do the whole rapping thing. I didn't take it like professionally or like seriously until like 2 years later. So that gives you a little background on the whole music thing. When you're becoming a new artist, there's a lot of things to look out for when it comes to expressing yourself, getting into your comfort zone, what to do, what not to do. There's a lot of certain things you got to look out for. So when you're becoming an artist, there's going to be some things, like I said, that you might not know before, like how to promote your music, how to upload it, where to upload it, when to upload it. um, you don't really there is no general rules for all this. I mean, genuinely, you want to think about marketing strategy. Blech, sorry for being like that, but marketing strategy. So you basically, whenever you make music, you're obviously going to want to put it out there, right? Put it on your socials, Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube, whatever you can get it on. There's some artists that they don't know how to get it on Spotify, they don't know how to get it on Apple Music, and you also got to take a look at the people now. What do they listen on? What do they go to when it comes to pulling up songs? Is it Spotify? Is it Apple Music? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's 2025. Nobody's really listening to anything on CDs or disc tracks or anything like that. They're not listening to stuff like that. They're mainly listening to the radio or podcasts like this that mention different songs, and then y'all go and recommend it. So, I mean, there's also recommended songs that people just listen to automatically. So, also when albums release, that's also when people start listening to music. They just like, oh, what's this? Click on it, and that's what I'm saying. So that's right there is already marketing. So when you release a song, first thing you want to do is get a platform to release it on, right? YouTube is free, SoundCloud is free. So what I would say is upload it on multiple platforms. Even if it's not even a music platform like Instagram or Facebook, just upload it. Just go ahead and upload it, cuz if you wait too long to upload something, you're never going to know what the reaction is, or if maybe it might blow up at that time. Some music doesn't blow up immediately. That's another thing I forget to mention sometimes. It takes patience. Not everything is going to happen all at once. Sometimes it takes a couple years for a song to blow up. There's a lot of popular artists now, like Kanye, Soldier Boy, a lot of artists. There's some artists even now that are still waiting for some tracks to blow up, and they're already famous. They're just getting less plays than usual on certain tracks, which happens. I mean, it's the algorithm. The algorithm sucks. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When it comes to figuring out an algorithm, it sucks. It's a headache and all in one. But once you figure it out, it's pretty easy. It's like homework. Once you do it over and over, you kind of already get the point, and you're like, oh well, now I'm an A+ student in class. So the first thing you want to do, obviously, like I said, is post your stuff everywhere. Post it on as many platforms as you can. There's going to be some platforms that you might not be able to because it costs. I mean, hey, get your money up. You know what I'm saying? Once you get your money up, you'll be able to promote your stuff on other stuff. But getting it on all platforms is one of the main things. Don't wait. Don't think, oh, I think this track is trash. I don't want to post it. If you think it's done in your mind, if you think, you know what, I've done everything I can to this track, I think it's ready to go, I think it's ready to release, then do it. Release it. What are you waiting for? Don't wait for some other guy to be like, "Oh yeah, bro, this song is lit." You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and release that. Like, bro, just do it. You never know what the audience's reaction is going to be, and you might not get the reaction you want right away. You might not get it right in that 5 minutes, one day, one week. You might get it in a couple, months or so. It really doesn't matter though. As long as you post your stuff out there, you got to. That's all I'm gonna say. You have to post your stuff. Don't wait. Don't be like, oh, I'm too scared. Like, just do it. I've seen too many artists say that, oh, I don't know if I should perform, bro. I don't know if I should do this. If you don't do it, you're never gonna know what the reaction is. That's my number one lesson. If you don't know what the reaction is gonna be, then do it. Just go and do it, and then you'll know whether it was a good reaction or not. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next topic, and it's gonna be persistence. You have to be persistent in this game. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, a lot of people, especially now, who are fans of like Soldier Boy, I keep saying his name. I'm sorry, Poya, Suicide Boys. I know all y'all G59 people. And then there's a lot of other artists like Drake, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole. All the main artists that you would really listen to nowadays. There's other artists that I'm not mentioning, but you'll probably put it in the comments what artist your favorite artist is. Also do that, yeah. Comment your favorite artist. I want to know what your favorite artist is. Who do you like to listen to? It doesn't even have to be a popular artist. Name an artist in the comments. But be persistent. If you're making music and you want to do this music thing, you got to think, okay, once I'm done with this track, I'm on to the next track or the next track. You don't have to think like that. That's just how I think sometimes. When I think about music, I stay persistent when it comes to making tracks because one, you got to practice something that you love doing a lot. Even if it's just making a random track for no reason. You got to keep going at what you're doing. If you stop for a moment or stop for a couple months on something that you're doing, let's say tattooing, for example, you stop tattooing for a couple months or a couple years, you're going to forget a couple things or you're going to be a little rusty on how you do things because let's be real, you stop doing something, it's like muscle memory. Once you start doing something, it's already repetitive in your head. You know what to do. You already got the movement going. You can get things done quicker, especially since you've been doing it for a minute. If you stop doing something, I mean, it's okay to take breaks. Don't get me wrong. When I make music for a while, I take a break, and a lot of artists do it too. I'm not the only one. There's a lot of artists who take a good break, but don't be that artist like Playboy Cardi who takes freaking a whole 5 years to release an album called I Am Music and is never to be released or seen ever. Ever. And if it is finally released by now and I just haven't heard it, RIP to my brain. But I honestly could care less because, like I said, once you're an artist in the game, you start releasing music, you start growing that fan base, you start getting people who are actually listening to your music, actually commenting, saying, hey, this is dope. Hey, it'd be nice if you had this person on the track. You know what I'm saying? People are actually giving you feedback. That's when you have a fan base. That's when start having people actually having eyes on you. So once people start listening to your stuff, you start getting plays, you know what I'm saying? You start seeing your plays go from 1 stream to 5 streams to 100 streams to maybe even 1,000 streams. Once you get to 1,000 streams, what also helps you is posting those little congratulations. Like, congratulate yourself for putting that stuff out there, and congratulate your fans for sticking through. Congratulate everybody that's been there for you and all that, because you got to notice your fans. That's going to be the third thing. Notice your fans. You got to notice the people that mess with you. You can't just leave them dry in the dust. When you get popular, you obviously don't want to be that person that's just like, oh, I got a bag now, I'm dipping, I'm running, you ain't never gonna see me again. Like, you don't want to be that person. It's fine to not talk to certain people, especially if you feel like there might be a vibe off, or you feel like those people are only after you for certain reasons. Trust me, once you get popular, that happens. But I'm not saying I am. I'm just saying in general for those in the back. But what I am saying is, when you do get popular and you have that money and you're Post Malone, getting your own restaurants and all these tours, you don't want to forget the fans that brought you to where you were, because those are the people that basically are your structure, and that's your whole thing as an artist. You need structure as an artist. You can't just depend on your fans. You also need to worry about other things that are going to help you in the long run. And like I said, stay in communication with some of your fans, or even going out of your way to help certain fans. That shows right there your personality. That shows who you are as an artist. You're not just some random artist who's looking for the money for the quick check. You're looking for people who will stick with you for a long time and recognize your story that you tell in your songs. Because let's be real, if no one's listening to your songs for the storytelling or for anything that's in there, what are they listening for? You know what I'm saying? So just a couple things to keep in mind as an artist, especially if you're growing. You gotta think who messes with you, why do they mess with you, and what do they love about you and your music. Just something to think about. So for the next topic, we're gonna be talking about venues. So we're gonna be talking about what to see, what to look for, what not to look for, and well, not to look for, but what to look for so you don't mess with the wrong venues. That's what I meant to say. So, venues. These are the places that you're going to be basically going to perform. Places that might be around in your city. They might be around your neighboring cities, because there's some cities that are smaller than others and don't have that many places for performances. And that is a big case in a lot of places, because here in Texas, there's a lot of small cities that don't have a lot of places to perform at. And it's just not a lot of population in those small areas for people to be showing up and partying at 9 o'clock, rap people. So venues are going to be places, like I said, short areas in your. It could be bars, it could be coffee shops, it could be bookstores, it could be not bookstores, but like a bookshop. It could be anything that has anything for creators. You got to look for people like creators. People are expressing themselves, stuff like that, like areas like that. Even on Instagram posts, there's going to be people who post stuff like that all the time. Open mics are good things to look out for. You can also go out and spit a little 5 minute spit, or do a little rap battle. There's a lot of rap challenges out there too, but you just got to look. You got to know where to look. So that's what I start off first: bars, bookstores, coffee shops, little tiny little places that are known for like music stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of places that play music. Go ahead and look into those places. Talk to see who talks to who. Try and get to in there and see who the main person is to talk about. Who can I perform? How can I perform? How long can I perform? How much is it? There's a lot of things to think about. And when I say how much is it, whenever I said that, that's also one thing you have to know. Whenever you go perform somewhere, not everywhere is going to be free. Not everywhere is going to be, oh hey, yeah, come on in here and just come perform. You'll get some places like that, and that's cool. But you got to realize too, in the music business, you got to spend money to make money. And that's it. That's any business, actually. That's every business. That's not even music. But my main portion for that is you're gonna have to spend money to get known. You're not gonna have. You can go into this thing with $0 and obviously do your thing. But if you're $0 for like weeks, months, and you literally have no money at all, then I'm not gonna lie, you're gonna need to get a job. Like get something that makes you money for at least the majority of your rap career. Because I mean, a lot of these rappers, they quit their daily jobs to full time do these things as an artist. But it's okay to have a job or something to give you that income to support your life for this rapping career. Because like I said, not everything is going to be free. And why I say that, and a lot of videos, like I said, are going to be like, oh, well, you can do this and not have any money. uh, if you don't have money, you're not going to be able to do this. I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm not going to just say, oh, you can't do this if you don't got money. I'm going to tell you exactly why. The reason why is beats. Whenever you make a song, you're making a song over a beat, right? You're not just freestyling it over the air. That'd be kind of weird. So if you're buying a beat off YouTube, and I'm gonna go into depth on this one because this is for the producers out there. This is for the producers out there. What I'm saying is, when you buy a beat, you're gonna make lyrics to it, right? You're gonna rap over it, but you're not the one who made the beat. You're not the one who went in there and designed the whole beat and added the hi hats and all that stuff to make it what it is. Obviously you're just rapping over it so that way you can make the song into a song. I mean, at first it's just a beat, but when you put vocals into it, that's when it's a song. So what you got to do is you got to look out in the descriptions of some of these people that make beats. see what they're asking for, what they want in return for making a song out of the beat. A lot of producers, they want you to buy a lease for the beat, so that way you can promote it and put it on Spotify. SoundCloud and YouTube is free. So if it says free for profit, and if you're going into the YouTube tab and putting free for profit for beats, because that's a lot of rappers nowadays. Even back in 2016, everybody's on YouTube looking for beats. I don't get my beats off YouTube no more. I personally get them from producers sent through email, because I am tired of buying beats off YouTube just for them to be used by another artist who doesn't care about the whole beat lease thing and uploads it as their own product. And that's another thing I'm gonna get into right now. If you buy the beat from the producer, you're basically signing a document saying that I, the artist, give this producer, splits to whatever you make off the song. And this producer is also giving you permission to upload the song to all platforms with a limit of how many copies can be sold and all that. Now, again, if your song blows up and you make money, why not just give some of the money to the producer that also made the song? You know what I'm saying? Also pay for the rights, pay for the documented rights that allows you to use the beat for as long as you need. That way you cover your own ass. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to get in trouble like other artists have for using a song or a beat that's not theirs, that they didn't make. They upload it, it gets copyright strike or something, and then you lose out on all the money. You can get sued for that too. I don't know if some of you noticed, but if you buy a beat and the producer finds out, they can take your song down. They have that right to take the song down because they're the one that made it, especially if they have the proof that they have the beat and all it stems without your vocals. So you'd be kind of messed up if you didn't buy the beat. There's a lot of artists who do, download beats and they don't buy it, and that's fine too. It's just like I said, you got to make sure to cover your own ass. You're taking a risk doing that, downloading it and then not buying it. Like, you're kind of messing yourself over. And I mean, there's some producers that don't care, but I'm pretty sure a majority of producers nowadays, they want their money for the beats they made. They're not going to want you to just download it and not pay them. That's kind of messed up. Not only that, but if they had the tag in the beat, come on, bro. You basically ratting yourself out. So that's what I'm going to say on making money. It takes money to make money. Like I said, so buying the beats is one of the things that I'm going to be talking about. And then, like I'm saying too, when it comes to making videos, sometimes it's free to edit apps. There's a lot of editing apps that are free to use. There's some that you got to pay for like pro versions. I'm pretty sure a lot of you know that. Sometimes it's not even that much to pay for the pro version. It's literally like a couple bucks, and there you go. You get that for a month or so, and there's some that you can get for like a week. It really just depends, but nonetheless, there's a lot of free apps that you can use to edit your music videos. And music videos goes a long way for the music career thing too. If you're making music, why not make a video to it? Make a visual effect of the story that you're portraying to your audience, so that way they can see exactly what the vibe is. You know what I'm saying? Because putting a track, some people can feel a vibe, but putting a video, that makes it even better. It amplifies you as an artist. It shows who you are, what you're making, what your whole entirety is. So, I mean, you might as well just do it. Make a video to your songs, because people love that. I'm not gonna lie, I love seeing videos to songs. I'd rather see a video than listen to the song, but I mean, I enjoy listening to the song too. So either way, be persistent, be enough to get out of your comfort zone or stay in your comfort zone. It really doesn't matter. But what does matter is you got to keep it up. Like, as an artist, you got to just keep growing, keep exploring new routes, keep going into your vocal range, finding out what works for you. There's going to be some things that you do vocally that you might not fit with what you think you like, and it just doesn't sound right. You just got to find the right niche for you, what really works. There's going to be some things that you like. Maybe you just can't sing. Maybe all you can do is rap, and maybe you can't rap. All you can do is sing. That's fine. Maybe everybody has their own different things. So don't be afraid to, oh, if I can't sing, I can't do it. Just keep practicing. Maybe that's another thing too. Just keep practicing. You might get better. Sometimes it happens. I mean, I've updated my rap thing. I'm not going to lie. I've gotten people telling me I've been saying the same words. I had to go read a dictionary just to find different ways of interpreting the different words, so that way it means the same, but it doesn't sound the same. Because every song could sound the same when you're literally saying the same words over and over. So, as an artist, like I said, you got to keep growing. You got to keep finding out what you want to do. And like I said about the venues, when it comes to, because I know I got off topic, when it comes to venues, you got to find out if the venue's right for you. There's going to be some venues that are mainly just for rock, heavy metal. So if that doesn't fit your vibe, don't try signing in, because it's not really going to fit the vibe with that amount of people that are listening for rock. And then automatically there's a rapper on stage. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it might work, it might not, but I'm saying there's a low chance it will, just because people are usually there to listen for certain things. So usually when I go out to do vending stuff, I try and find a spot that either has a lot of people, or there's going to be a big turnout, or there's other people rapping in the scene. That would be great too, just because I'm not going to be the only artist that be trying to sing. Everybody else is there too. It's also good to meet new artists. That's another thing too. Meeting new artists is probably one of the best things you can do, because you're trying to find other people just like you who are doing the same thing, or if not, trying to do other things like the things that you might like. So there's going to be other artists at these vending places that you go to, and you can't get discouraged. There's going to be a lot of people trying to do the same type of job you're doing. They're trying to make it out there. They're trying to make it out, so that way they can do this thing full time. They don't have to worry about, going and working a job. And I'm not shitting on any of you 9 to 5ers. Trust me, I've worked 9 to 5s for a long time. It's a hustle. I mean, it's a job. It's society. You work to get money. That's just how life is. But there's a lot of people who don't want to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want to make music, and that's what they want to do for their work. You know what I'm saying? They make their life easier by doing what they love. I mean, in middle school, even in elementary, I was told by all these grown-ups, do what you love. Don't be afraid to go after what you love, instead of, settling for McDonald's or working as a manager at Best Buy. It really doesn't matter what you do. Like I said, I'm not shitting on anybody who is doing that. If you want to be a manager at Best Buy, go ahead. Feel free. If that's what your calling is, go ahead, man. Be the best manager you can be. But for all the artists out there, if you're trying to be an artist, you got to keep going. You got to find something that fits with your description. You know what I'm saying? Even if it doesn't fit with your description, maybe just try it out just to see what happens. Like I said before, you might want to try something and you might be scared at first. Just go ahead and do it. The vending thing, it's a different situation, because every situation will be different. You'll get the free ones, you get the ones that you have to pay for a certain slot. Know what's right for you. If you don't want to pay $100 for a 10-minute slot, then don't do that. Obviously, if it's not worth it to you, then don't do it. If you think it will be worth it, and there's a big turnout, and you think there'll be a lot of people who will follow you and all that, then go ahead and do so. But what I recommend is stick with stuff that is doable and plausible. Something that's not going to affect you in a bad way, because you don't want to spend all of this money on a slot and you only get like 3 minutes and you don't get any recognition, because that's what you're there for. You want to get recognized. You want to be recognized on an artist. You want people to follow you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go somewhere and waste your time. As I'm not gonna lie. I've seen artists do that. They go somewhere, they play their little set, nothing happens. There ain't no followers. You know what I'm saying? It's the same old, same old. So you don't want to do that. You want to look out for places that have either a good turnout. Whenever I look at places and I'm going to a place to perform, I look at the reviews. I look at if the spot's good, if the spot has a good vibe, if everybody likes the place. Because if there's people that don't like the place, chances are there's not going to be a good turnout. I'm just saying, if the place has 2.5 stars or less than 3 stars, I don't think there's going to be many people there. And if they are, then I'm going to be surprised. But yeah, look at the reviews, man. There's going to be some places that just aren't going to be popping because of the whole place's vibe. You know what I'm saying? Some of these hosts that host the venues, they're just going to places and being like, hey, can I do a little thing here so that way I can have artists perform here and all that. It would help that situation out with the place. They get more people coming in, but at the same time, it helps artists, get out there and perform in front of other people. So that's exactly what I'm saying about my comfort zone thing. Getting out of your comfort zone. Some people get too nervous to perform. Once you're in front of people, you might change. You might be different. You might just be like, oh, okay, I'm ready for this. Adrenaline kicks in. Bam. You might be out there. You might actually enjoy it. Like I said, I mean, when I rap, whenever I get on stage, I feel it in the moment. I love doing it. I love what I do. I love telling people, in my music, the story that I go through, stuff that I've gone through and before. Making music isn't easy either. A lot of people think piece of cake. You can just throw vocals on a track and there you go. It's not that easy. I mean, I've gotten hate over the years. A lot of artists have gotten hate over the years. I mean, if you barely start trying, chances are you're gonna get hate right from the start. Chances are you're gonna get some people saying, "Hey, this is garbage. Hey, don't do this anymore." You're gonna get that regardless. So don't let that discourage you either, because there's going to be a lot of people along the way telling you you should stop. You should probably just go do something else. Go find something else. Those people don't know what your vision is. They don't know what you are visioning. So don't let them tell you what you should be doing. They should be watching out for themselves and doing what they should be doing to further their careers. Not everybody wants to be a rapper. So if somebody who's a freaking, I don't know, salesperson telling you, "Oh, you shouldn't be a rapper," well, who are they to tell you that if they haven't even done music themselves? Just something to keep in mind for all you people that might get hate nowadays for making music or have just started making music and people don't like what you make. Oh well, that's another thing. Sometimes you gotta be cold hearted. Sometimes you just let people comment what they comment and just move on. It really doesn't matter what they comment. If it's hate, it's nothing to keep into your heart that serious. If it's positivity, definitely keep it. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna motivate you. Hate also can motivate you too. A lot of people can say, "Oh, you're trash," and that can motivate you to be even doing even better things. So, I mean, take it however you will, but don't take it with a heavy heart, thinking that it means something. Because, like I said, people who hate literally it doesn't mean nothing. But it's just like blowing air to the wind. What are you really doing? But like I'm saying, guys, if you're an upcoming artist and you're trying to do things, you're trying to vend, you're trying to go to these places to perform, be persistent. Call these people, talk to these people, do what you got to do to get out there, because the only one that's going to do it is you officially. Like nobody else is going to go out there and be like, "Hey, he's making music," unless you have friends. If you have friends like that, that's cool. I mean, I have a couple friends, you know what I'm saying? But if you have friends out there that are listening to music, reposting it, telling other people, "Hey, check out this guy, he does stuff," then that's good too. But it really just depends on who you are as a person and who you have around. There might be some of you that don't have that many friends like that, and that's fine too. But you just got to promote yourself. You got to get yourself out there. You got to tell people, "Hey, I'm the new artist in town. I'm gonna get out here. I'm gonna spit my stuff, and I'm never gonna give up until I get where I want to be." Like that's just how it's got to be. That's just how you got to do things. Um, Another topic, one last topic we're gonna talk about, because, like I said, it's gonna be a short interview. The last topic I want to talk about is money longer. I'm gonna call it money longer. You want to be able to keep your social life away from the economy life type deal. You don't want to flex too much how much you make or whatever when it comes to music. Like a lot of people nowadays want to be on a Drake level. They want to be the one artist that makes it out of their city, and they don't want to be known. They don't want anybody else to be associated with them because they don't want nobody else to take off but them. That's kind of like gatekeeping. You don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to be like that and be selfish, go ahead. But it's not going to help you in the long run, because when you're known by more than just one artist or like other artists that are in that area, it helps you grow in a community wise. Like people are known with other people, so it grows as a fan base. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people are going to start connecting. And if you connect with people who are known for like from way more people, it's not like clout chasing. It's more like once you know certain people, you start knowing more of the ins and outs of the music industry. Especially if you start knowing bigger people in the industry, it just helps you more to your benefit. But again, don't try and gatekeep and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna keep it to myself." You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might share with another local artist that you mess with and help them grow. You know what I'm saying? It helps to help other people grow to help you grow, if that makes sense. Um, Gatekeeping is like one of those things for me. It's like, bruh, hiding it for yourself, it just seems like a really selfish thing to do. So I try not to do those type of things, but sometimes I will catch myself still doing something like that. So it's more better to just kind of like share the info, share the love, if that makes sense. Just share it, bro. There's nothing wrong with sharing. Sharing is caring. If you can't share, then what are you doing in this world? I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But you gotta share. Gotta share. Like I said, guys, when it becoming an up and coming artist, you really gotta do what you want. Do what you feel is right. Do what you feel like in your mind. You know what I'm saying? You might get this feeling, oh, I want to make a this crazy song today. Go do it. Don't wait. Don't put it off. You'll forget exactly everything you were thinking about in that moment. 10 minutes later, I promise you, you'll forget everything you were even thinking about. But without further ado, guys, this is AyyeFOO podcast. I hope you like and enjoy this little podcast. I'm gonna be doing more episodes. I'm gonna have special people, special guests. I'm just doing, the official little podcast, little video clip for y'all, so that way y'all have something to watch, and also at the same time to get the gist of what this podcast is really about. This clip is dedicated for music. Obviously, like I said, we're gonna be talking about a whole lot of other things on this podcast, random stuff that might not even be about music. It could be about politics. I try not to get into politics, but it could be about pretty much anything. So for right now, this is just how to be as an artist, what to look for as an artist, and how to grow your fan base. So hopefully y'all like and enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave a like, subscribe. Tell me again what your favorite song is by your favorite artist in the comments. Let me know what y'all's favorite artist is. I want to know. I want to know what y'all listening to. Maybe I might like it. Maybe I might go listen to it. If you're a new artist and you have music, put it in the comments so other people can listen to it. This is your chance right now. If you're watching this and you're an artist, put your music in the comments, bro. Just do it. If you can't do it right now, when are you gonna do it? I'm gonna be real. All right, guys. AyyeFOO podcast. You know what it is. Go click the links in the freaking description. All right. Yeah, you already know what it is. Laters.